Banana skin games, they come every season. And every season, Arsenal have to face it. But this time, Nottingham Forest have done the unthinkable. Nuno has gone. Ange Postecoglou has come in. Mikel Arteta lost against Liverpool last week. Arsenal fans are incensed. First game at home for Eberechi Eze. Could this be the banana skin that's going to make Arsenal go bananas? I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. And a big like, please like the show straight away. Why? Because it helps. It helps this show reach a wider audience. People that have never seen TK24 Sports will now get that privilege because you just liked it and it helps spread it. But if you want to help even more, why not share it? Why not hit that subscribe button? So every time we upload, you will get notified. Okay, let's go. Banana skin games. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest on Saturday, lunchtime kickoff. It's the worst game for Arsenal. It's the worst game. Lunchtime kickoff. Arsenal do not do well. They just don't. When it comes to lunchtime kickoff and it's televised, my God, Arsenal freeze. They freeze. Arsenal coming back off a defeat against Liverpool. Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, they lost 3-0 at home to West Ham. I mean, could that be even worse? I think that is. But Arsenal have so much to do. They really and truly do. In the past few meetings against Nottingham Forest, you can see here right now, 2023, they lost away at the City Ground 1-0. Then in 2023, when they played at home, they won 2-1. Then again, 2024, 2-1, they won away from home. 2024 at home, they won 3-0. And then last season, 2025, again, they drew 0-0. Now, this being the first game of the season against Nottingham Forest and it's at home, Mikel Arteta has to avoid a upset here. He has to avoid it. We know he's going to debut the 4-2-3-1 formation that I said was going to happen. If you didn't watch that show, that's another reason why you have to subscribe to it and make sure you're always liking it. So what you like, everyone else will like, and then you don't miss shows like that one. So, my worry in this game is that Ange Postecoglou is going to come back. He's going to want to settle some scores with Mikel Arteta. He's going to want to show his dominance as to why he should never have left Spurs, even though he made them European champions. We're not talking about the Champions League, we know that. Europa League. But Mikel Arteta has to do something different. He has to now release the handbrake. Saka's not there, Saliba's not there, Havertz is not there. But Arsenal have a squad so equipped now to deal with these fragile moments. Last season, the season before that, Arsenal didn't have the squad that they do now. So there's no excuse for Mikel Arteta to turn around and say, I don't have the personnel there to deal with situations like this. As we saw when England played, Noni Madueke was unplayable. He was brilliant. He was the one that made England tick. So Arsenal have someone in the replacement of a Bukayo Saka now. Noni Madueke will come in on the right-hand side and tear Nottingham Forest a new one. When it comes to the defence, Mascara's going to jump in there and he's going to look like Saliba, don't worry, I got this. Mikel Arteta, I got this. Chris Wood is not going to score any goals. That's the whole point. That's what we want. That's what we don't want the banana skin to be. But Callum Hudson-Odoi is still at Nottingham Forest. Yeah, they lost players from Nottingham Forest, but they did manage to keep a player by hostage, of course. So Morgan Gibbs-White, when he comes in, is he going to be man charged up? Is he going to be the one to say, yeah, I'm the captain, I'm the leader of this group. I'm going to come here and push Nottingham Forest to a victory to get 3 points under the new regime of Ange Postecoglou. But when we think of Ange Postecoglou, who was there at Spurs, and he played his defensive high line so high up, he was dapping Jesus. But it's not going to be the case this time with Nottingham Forest. He's going to not have that moment, that time with his team that he's just got to tell them to push high up the pitch. But if he does, then that could work in Arsenal's favour, and I hope it does. I hope he does do that. But the only time he's actually going to have with this team is at the team hotel when they come down on a Friday night to get themselves prepared for the lunchtime kickoff the next day. But Mikel Arteta has so much to get through to his team. Talking about the 4-2-3-1 formation, how we're going to see Eze line up on the left-hand side. That's if Mikel Arteta has the balls to do that? Does Mikel Arteta have that in his locker to turn around and say, Eze, I need you to start, not Martinelli, who has shown out in these last 2 international games so far? But Arsenal need so much more. They need more creativity. They need Declan Rice to take the game by the scruff of the neck and do something great. They need Martin Zubimendi to be able to pick the ball up from deep and then thread that ball around, not just give it to Martin Odegaard, who is still, in my opinion, trying to find his old form of 2 seasons ago. He's cut his hair. Yes, Samson has cut his hair. So he's not going to be flicking his hair back and forth like an Oreo commercial. No, he is going to be going out there, a man possessed, a man who's now charged new lease of life to bring Arsenal 3 points to keep the pressure on Liverpool and finally win the Premier League title after 20 seasons. When it comes to Victor Gyökeres, we know what he can do. Yes, he's not the brilliant all-round footballer that we need, that we want, that we crave for, but he is a goal-scoring machine. He is. So Arsenal needs to play to his strengths and be able to get him on the front foot rather than give the ball to him hoping that he can hold it up and bring people into play. He's not that guy. He's just not. He's just an out-and-out goal scorer. And Mikel Arteta needs to get over that funk. Yes, he's not going to have Kai Havertz there to play in this game. And I believe if Kai Havertz was fit, he would be starting this game over Victor Gyökeres. So this is why Mikel Arteta, this is why it's a banana skin game, because with all the strengths, with all the might that Arsenal do have, Mikel Arteta will figure out a way to really and truly mess this one up. He really and truly will. He'll figure out a way to say, well, we had all the possession, we had all the chances, but we just didn't have the personnel out there on the day that I would want or need to finish this game off. Now, that's no excuse that can happen anymore. Ange Postecoglou has had no time at all whatsoever to get his thoughts and philosophies across to these new players. All he can do is just literally just say to him, listen, have a tight game, do the best you can because the real work is going to start on Monday after the international break. We're going to get this game out of the way. But if you can manage to stay in the game for 45 minutes, then who knows what can happen in the next 45 minutes. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has to do something. The fans have to play a part in this as well. And the reason why I say that, you cannot go into this game thinking it's going to be a breeze, it's going to be easy. Ange Postecoglou has not got a clue what he has there at Nottingham Forest. Make no bones about this. This has been on the cards for months. And when I say for months, they knew when Ange went, Nottingham Forest was looking at Ange Postecoglou. When Edu went in there, you know Edu ruffled some feathers and fell out with Nuno. No doubt about it, because you just don't go after a personnel like Ange and say, yeah, do you want to come in straight away now Nuno's gone? No, that's been in the works for ages. But while it's been in the works, don't think Ange hasn't been working on a game plan to deal with a team like Arsenal. He knows Arsenal inside out. He's played against Arsenal. Yeah, he hasn't been victorious. We know that. But what we do know is Nottingham Forest are going to come down to the Emirates and they are going to be the banana skin. And Mikel Arteta needs to watch out for this. He needs to be ready. He needs to unleash Eze. He needs to unleash Madueke. He needs to unleash Odegaard. He needs to tell them, play free, be creative, take chances, go after it. We now have a defense that's so strong, as I mentioned before. But what happens with Miles Lewis-Skelly? Does he actually go back into being a left back? Or does he now go into the midfield? Because now Mpiche is there. Of course, he's going to be not deputising for Calafiore. He's going to be fighting with Calafiore to play. But are we going to see him make his debut at the Emirates? More than likely, if Arsenal go to 3-4-0 up, we will see him come on. But if it's still a 0-0, that's not the substitution I want to see happen. No way. No way. Just bring on a Miles Lewis-Skelly if you need to. Bring Calafiore off. Or is this game better suited for a Miles Lewis-Skelly to play this game, to come in and bring his dominance? Yes, he got dropped by Thomas Tuchel in the last England game, but Miles Lewis-Skelly could be better suited for this game. Or is it going to be Calafiore? What's your thoughts on that? Should Miles Lewis-Skelly start this game? Should Eze start this game over Martinelli? Should Madueke definitely start, or should it be Ethan Nwaneri? Should Max Dowman even get any more minutes for the rest of the season? Or was the game against Liverpool just too much and showed exactly that he's not really and truly ready for first-team football? Should Declan Rice start this game, or should we give it to Mikel Merino after his hat-trick heroes during the week? All this is so much to talk about. And Mikel Arteta has to have the perfect lineup to play against Nottingham Forest. We need the perfect lineup. We need the perfect result. And what's the perfect result? Just a win. I don't care if Arsenal win ugly, as long as we get the win. To me, that's the most important. To others, it's the performance, the way we play, as long as we get the win, but we do it in style. I would love that. I would love that. But I just need Arsenal to get the win. And throughout the whole season, we just improve on our performance to capitalise along with the win. But my worry is it's going to be a banana skin game. Ange Postecoglou is going to turn up. He's going to want to show out. He's going to want to show his dominance. And you know that fool is going to do it. That's my fear. That is my fear. But what's your thoughts are going to be on a game? What's the scoreline going to be? Who do you want to be in the lineup? That's the most important thing. You need to let me know if you're still watching this part of the show. Watch one of these shows that's just popped up on your screen. Hit the subscribe button if you failed to do so far. And again, like the show so it gets to spread to so many more people. I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports. Thanks for watching the show. It's just a quick one. I've got other shows coming up. I've got really more shows coming up. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.